Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Mastermind with Victor J. I am your host, your mastermind, your leader, Victor J. I got a couple of things to talk about today. Actually, a little bit more than a couple. uh, but I just wanted to let you guys know. I noticed that some people are listening, which is cool. Actually, I looked at the stats today. Dude, I have listeners in Spain, which is fucking weird. Like, I don't even speak Spanish, nor have I ever been to Spain, but somebody over there is listening to what I have to say for some reason. I don't know. Whatever. That's cool though. That's real cool. What's going on, Spain people? Spanish, my Spaniards. But anyway, just wanted to thank everybody who's been listening so far. Got a little small audience right now, which is cool because I've only put out 2 episodes. And it'd be kind of weird. Still trying to get like my whole footing with this show. I just wanted to see like what I wanted to do, what I wanted to talk about. I think this episode will be one of the better ones, even though there's only 2 other ones. As I progress, I get a little bit better. So each show will be better than the last show until eventually I hit a stride of great shows. Today I'm gonna try doing something doing things a little bit different. Um, I'm gonna attempt. I know I tried that in the first episode. I'm gonna attempt to segment some of the some of the episode with cuts. I'll do like random sound effect drops. I mean not random, but they'll be planned in between the cuts. Um, One thing that was brought to my attention though when I was talking to somebody about like making the podcast, namely my ex-girlfriend. Shouts out to Rachel Dickle Pickle. Was that right? Pickle Dickle Dickle Pickle Dickle Tickle. Yeah, there we go. Dickle Tickle. Check it out on YouTube. Um, yeah, that was a mouthful. Pun intended. That's what she said. Anyway, she mentioned rants, like doing rants, because I know I do it, and it's one of those things. Like I hear other people on their podcast talking about like them not knowing things that they do would be interesting, and I was like, how could you not think that the shit that you do isn't interesting enough to put on a podcast? Now I've become one of those people. Um, Oh shit, a plane. Also, I realized that whenever I complain about a plane flying overhead, before I mix everything up with the audio, you guys can't even hear that shit. So it just sounds like I'm stopping and bitching about a plane that's not there. But believe me when I say, there's a fucking plane flying overhead every 5 to 10 minutes. Which is kind of annoying, kind of a distraction. Either that or like a truck pulling in or backing up with the beeps on. But good news. I finally got the YouTube page to work. So if you go in there, you'll be able to see all of the album artwork for each episode, as well as listen to episodes 1 and 2. And if you want to listen to the teaser that I made for the podcast, you can listen to that one as well. It took a while for me to finally get like the issue resolved. I guess it was me not verifying my my YouTube account, even though I thought I did, but I guess apparently I didn't. So they put like a limit on your account if it's unverified. So I have like 1 45-minute podcast and then another 55-minute podcast that weren't getting uploaded, so you guys weren't able to look at it on YouTube, which I know like that's where a lot of people consume like their content. So everything's up and running, everything's perfect. From here on out, everything that I advertise that the podcast on is 100% completely working, unless there's something on their end. That being said, follow me on Instagram, V Johnson 2nd. That's V Johnson, the number 2. ND as in Nancy Drew. So V Johnson 2nd on Instagram. YouTube is Mastermind with Victor J. And if you want to email us with any questions, or you have any suggestions for the podcast, or you want to make a comment or tell me to fuck off, it's mmvjpod@gmail.com. Again, Michael Victor John pod@gmail.com. Damn, that shit sounded official. And as always, guys, thank you for listening. All right, let's get into the podcast right now. Hey, so check this shit out. I'm driving at work and I noticed that traffic's going a little bit slower, and there's a car behind me going, like kind of swerving in and out, going a little bit slower than the speed limit. Speed limit's like 60. She's doing like 45. Not that big of a deal, but kind of a thing. So I go to go around her, and I look into her car, and this bitch is like on her phone, texting. And not only is she on her phone texting, she's on her phone texting in her right hand. In her left hand, she has her pinky on the wheel, and she's playing with a fucking fidget spinner. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, really? Cars are that easy nowadays? Jeez, man. Like, some people need to be, like, punished when they're driving. Like, they need to have their fucking power steering revoked. That should be a privilege. Cars are way too easy if this bitch is having a full-blown conversation in one hand and playing with a fidget spinner in the other hand. That shit was just like, I can't even. But you don't understand how weird that shit looks. It's like she was doing magic or something. Man, I don't know. People are fucking stupid nowadays. Anyway, I watched that new Shazam movie today, and it was pretty cool. They had, I know you guys noticed that nowadays they have like actual commercials in movies now. Like I think there was a Geico commercial. They'll have like an extended version of the television version. So it's like, oh, this is a commercial I saw. Oh, it's a different ending, but for some reason, it it's really weird that they have like television commercials in a movie theater, and they always end with, "Okay, now the movie's about to start." I'm like, "What the fuck? Come on, like really?" Like, which makes me think, whenever they're shooting those videos and the part that we see end on TV, are they just like, okay, now we're gonna go over to this part of the stage or this part of the set, and you're gonna tell them to be quiet and don't do it during the movie, blah blah blah. It was an insurance commercial, so they were like doing the insurance. It's the one where like the chick has people playing instruments for her, and she works in a warehouse. So every time they pass by something, it's more and more pieces to that whole orchestra that she just keeps building because she's stressed out from, I guess, shopping for insurance, which isn't that stressful. Like you just put your information in a fucking system, and you either get a call or you can do this shit online. Not that hard. Anyway, moving on. noticed on the Sprite commercial though, it was just like super geared towards black people, which begs the question: when the fuck does Sprite get so goddamn black? Like, what the fuck? Every time there's any kind of basketball event, like a dunk contest, like if it's not actual NBA basketball, like those little slideshows, like the dunk contest or the 3-point shootout, it's always Sprite. Why the fuck is Sprite so fucking black? Too black. Too black for me, Sprite. Calm the fuck down. It was like 4 black people in the goddamn room, and they're drinking like they have a new Sprite with a splash of lemonade in it, and I'm like, well, isn't that just flat Sprite? Like Sprite's already lemon lime. You're just adding more of one thing to the entire thing. So you're just basically putting flat Sprite inside of crisp Sprite and trying to pass it off as a new drink. I mean, power to you if the shit works, but what the fuck? Like, you're not fooling everybody. Uh, there was like 4, like in this commercial, there's like 4 like black 20 somethings, and they're all just like chilling around somebody's room, and they're on a computer, and they're like making beats. Like, what the fuck? It's like 2 black dudes and 2 black chicks. Like, in reality, them 2 black dudes would be trying to fuck them 2 black chicks. Or actually, in hyper reality, my reality, it'd be 2 black dudes and 2 white chicks. Like, seeing that many motherfuckers, like black motherfuckers, in the same room, same small ass room, I was like, that never happens. And they're just sitting there making beats, dancing while drinking Sprite. And I'm just like, what the fuck is this? And I'm not alone in the movie theater, but it was pretty empty because I always go to like early morning shows. It was around 9 a.m. And I'm just like trying to look around and see if anybody's as weirded out about this shit as I am. But I'm like the only black guy in the theater, so they probably didn't want to seem like it bothered them as much as it bothered me. I don't know why it bothered me so much. I was just like, God damn, this shit is black as fuck. Like, the only thing that could have been black if a fucking actual rapper popped out and with a bucket of extra crispy or some shit. But anyway, but yeah, that was just weird, man. Which actually kind of bleeds into 2 of the points I wanted to make today. But we'll get to those later on in the show. I wanted to also talk about we're actually like doing new shit, man. Like trying new shit out. You should always try to do something new. I'm always a firm believer of uh like having new experience. Have as much experience doing shit as you can. Um, for example, me, it's getting to the point where like just lifting weights is boring as shit, man. Like, I'm not lifting for a competition or anything. I'm just looking to maintain the body that I already have, which is meh. Uh, like I eat healthy more than I work out, so that kind of balances that. Well, actually, I'm healthier from eating than working out because you know what they say. It starts in the kitchen. Oh damn, mouth is getting dry as shit. Let me get some of that water. There we go. That's the stuff. That's the stuff. Okay, back to what the fuck I was saying. I don't even remember what I was saying. No, I'm just joking. Um, oh no, I actually forgot. Oh yeah. Trying new shit. Um, dude, like I know a lot of people that are just sitting out there in the universe, not doing shit because it takes effort. And I found something wrong with that, man. Like that just sounds so fucking boring, dude. Like, do some new shit. You're just gonna sit around, not do anything, bro? Like, do some new shit. Anything. I'm thinking of getting into mountain climbing. I mean, mountain climbing, into rock climbing. Because, dude, I want to like make sure I'm staying in shape, man. I'm hitting that big fucking 30 this year, So I just want to make sure that my body doesn't start turning to shit. And I'm looking for new ways to keep in shape. So I might look at doing some hiking. I haven't done this since I was younger, but try to do free running again, which is cool because running through a city is awesome as shit. But I'm gonna look into rock climbing. We have a gym in Austin, which is pretty cool. I talked to somebody who actually is a member of a rock climbing gym here in Austin, and it's always something that I wanted to do, but up until recently, maybe like 2 years ago, I was around like three something, weight wise, kind of a how to put this delicately, a fat fuck. Yeah, I was a fat piece of shit. So I lost a shit ton of weight, lost almost like 200 pounds. So I can actually support my body weight. Yay! And I know it's like really beneficial for someone like me who's tall as shit to get into rock climbing. So I'm gonna give that a try. Probably get into that shit hardcore because daddy loves gear. I just call myself daddy and I never do that. I vow I'll never do that again until the next time I do it. So yeah, man, that'd be cool, dude. Like if I can start doing that, just like I'll still lift weights and everything, but as far as like strengthening your body goes, like it's always best to work with your own body weight, anyways. Which I would imagine that that's what rock climbing is, just getting stronger by lifting yourself up. We'll find out, and I'll keep you guys updated about that shit. But yeah, definitely don't be afraid to try new things, man. Like it's better to fail at something than to not try it at all. Like that, I know that shit sounds cheesy as fuck, but that's one of the main reasons why people don't do a lot of things. They're afraid of like either getting made fun of or failing. Like, bro, like if you don't like the way you look and you want to go out and go to the gym, but you keep making excuses, then you're not gonna get anywhere. Like nobody gets anywhere not doing anything. It's especially like being open to new ideas, man. Like I can't stress on this enough. Like be open to new shit, bro. Like being open can lead to some really cool shit. Like what I'm doing right now, podcasting, like it gives me an outlet to be creative. Like I get to like I'm thinking about my day a lot more than what I used to. It used to just be me droning on at work, like go to work, go home, go to sleep, wake up and go to work and then repeat that shit all over again. But now I'm actually like more mindful about the things that are going on around me, not just from a paranoid standpoint, like normal, like I am normally, because I feel like it's gonna go down at any time. Um, yeah. Also, like I get to make album artwork. Um, Being like a freelance graphic design, I don't get like a shit ton of work. So in between projects, it's real easy to not like keep making art just because I mean you're not getting paid for it and it does take some amount of time to do projects. So it's cool to have like a weekly thing where I could just sit down for an hour or two and draw and create like new artwork. Even if I don't use it for the album artwork, I'll just keep it and eventually add it to a portfolio or something, which will keep continuing to grow. And I'll just post that shit to Instagram so you guys can see it. Uh, but also, you know what else ties into that, man? Like being happy. Like you gotta be fucking happy to do some shit like that. For a while, I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy at all. I was kind of depressed. um, have I talked about this before? I don't think I have. Yeah, I wouldn't say I battled with depression. More so, depression like to sneak up on me and beat the shit out of me. usually at the worst time. Yeah, man, like being lethargic and being like stagnant, dude, it's real easy to forget like, hey, I need to be happy as a human being, and in order for me to feel like life is actually meaningful. So I can't stress again this enough for motherfuckers out there listening to my voice. Make yourself happy. Like, don't spend your life doing shit that you don't like. Like, if there's a job that you want to go do, fucking pursue that career aspect. If there's a job that you're at right now and you fucking hate going to it, quit. Like, dude, I quit so many jobs because it's just not working out for me. I said so many like I had like thousands of jobs, but it was mainly maybe like three. Yeah, three. Because I was just unhappy. Bro, the last job that I quit, man, I was so fucking like I got out of that career field altogether. Like I was in property management, dude. That's where I gained all my weight from. Sitting behind a desk, being super stressed out, being unhappy. It led to fucking depression. Like I became a moody piece of shit. Fucked up my relationship with my girlfriend. I mean, we're cool now, but like, and the worst part about it is I can see the way that it was affecting me, but I still chose to go to that job, even though it was making me unhappy when I should have like realized that shit and immediately say, hey, like, I gotta get out of this shit. That's the worst part. Uh, I'm the type of person that I could step outside of myself and look at myself completely objectively. I mean, I know that sounds weird, but I can do that. I don't know why. Like, it's like having an outer body experience. Like, I'm floating above myself, watching myself do dumb shit. But the me above myself is like powerless to do anything about it. I guess, who had a quote about that? Dr. Manhattan, perfect. He's like, yeah, we're all just puppets. I'm just a puppet that can see the strings. I can see like me getting up, going to work, fucking hating every second of it, coming home, taking it out on my girlfriend, taking it out on my friends, and eating unhealthy. Yeah, take it on yourself, especially when you start eating unhealthy, eating shit that you know you shouldn't, because it makes you feel better temporarily. Started drinking. That, I mean, not like super bad, but enough to like not get drunk, but you start putting on pounds when you start drinking, because you're not feeling yourself. Um, that shit sucked ass, man. That was like 2 years out of my life where I was just ugh, gross. Till I fucking quit. I was like, hey, I'm done. I'm out. This ain't for me no more. And a couple months later, like I'm looking, I just started like I wrote down exactly what I want to do and made a promise to myself. Everything that I do from this day on will be a step closer to like my dream in life. Like, I just want to be in a position where I can wake up, just create art, any kind of art, like whatever it is. Like, I love drawing. I love doing podcasts, uh, which is cool. Like, I've only done like a couple, but I like the art form. I like doing technical stuff. I guess producing podcasts, and I'm gonna get into not photo editing, video editing. Sorry. And then, damn, let me get a sip of water. And then get into, like just making videos. Um, and why? Because it makes me happy. That's why. Anything other than that, I don't really care. Like, honestly don't. Like I'm happy as fuck right now, dude. There's a time where like if I would have started this podcast, I could fill an entire hour of just shit that I don't like. But bro, like I'm doing so much shit that I do like I'm happy as fuck. Like I have zero stress in my life, which is cool as shit. Took me a long time to get here, but I'm here right now and I fucking love it. It's fucking awesome. So that's why I say do what makes you happy. Work on doing shit that gives you legit joy. Like no fucking excuses. If if he was like, "Hey, like I always wanted to do this, but like whatever comes after that, but fuck that shit. Fuck anybody and anything that holds you back from being happy. Cause I'm gonna let you know a secret. People don't give a shit about your happiness. Like they care about their own happiness, but not your happiness. Nobody's obligated to be like, hey, this person is unhappy. Let me make them happy. They'll try, but ultimately they're trying for themselves because it makes them feel good. Only like I'll say this to the day that I die. The only two people on this earth that fucking actually give a shit about you are your mother and your father. Or your mother, father, father, whatever the fuck kind of variations and combinations you guys have with that shit. But actually, I'll take it a step further. Fuck that. Like, like your biological parents, unless they're just pieces of shit and abandoned you, your biological parents are the only people that actually give a fuck about you because they are chemically and biologically designed to give a fuck about you. Outside of those two people, everybody else fucking doesn't care. Even your brothers and sisters, they don't give a shit. Like, motherfucker, nigga, you're competition to them. So they definitely don't give a shit. But fuck anybody or anything that holds you back from doing what makes you happy. Say this again. Be fucking happy. Do what makes you happy. If you want to try something out, don't be afraid to do that shit because it might lead to some cool shit. It might lead to you being happy. And that's really the goal of life. Like you guys didn't come in thinking that I was gonna know the meaning of life, but bam, there it is. The meaning of life, be fucking happy. Get to a point where you can be happy. And if you can get to a point where you get paid doing something that makes you happy, bro, you fucking in that magic spot, man. And I'm fucking proud of you. I knew you were gonna make it one day. I'm fucking proud of you guys. uh, but this kind of leads into the next thing. I'm not sure how, but let's pretend like it did seamlessly. Uh, One of these things that I like, it's recurring on everything that I watch. The amount of just overhyped bullshit nowadays, with movies and advertisement, like anything in entertainment, kind of leads back to that Sprite commercial that I saw on the previews for Shazam. Dude, every time I'm looking at a movie, I notice like I didn't notice it before until I started listening to what podcast was it? Oh yeah, Tinfoil Hat with Sam Tripoli, awesome podcast. Listen to that shit. And they talk about like virtue signaling, and that was kind of like where I first started hearing that word. And the more like as soon as they broke down like what that meant, I started hearing it more and more and more. From like just on the news, other people talking about other people. Basically, it's where you're saying like, "Hey, I support this group. Look at me," which is pretty much what I gathered the definition of that word or phrase. But a lot of things in entertainment today are so overhyped. A couple of weeks ago, I saw Captain Marvel, and it was super obvious that it was like pro women, pro women, pro women. Like, which is cool, but it gets to the point where the art that they're making is less important than the message that they're trying to shove down your throat. Um, they're like blowing up numbers saying like these movies are the greatest of all time. The ratings are this, but then like actual real people are going into these movie theaters opening day and they're fucking empty. Like, uh, whenever I went to Captain Marvel, I went on that same weekend towards the end, and there was nobody in the fucking movie theater. But I'm supposed to believe it's one of the top grossing films of all time or some shit like that. I know people were taking the Twitter and Instagram with pictures showing empty seats, which damn y'all niggas, that's ruthless. Why y'all have to do them like that? Oh man. But yeah, it's really weird, man. It's just lazy, dude. Whenever you're going to a movie, it's like you're being sold something, which is interesting because I know you guys know like nowadays everybody's pro minority, pro gender decisions, pro gay, pro lesbian, pro woman, and pro minority man. But cis white gendered males, they get no love, which it's self evident with Shazam. Shazam came out maybe what 2 or 3 weeks after Captain Marvel, so it's not like they're in direct competition with each other, even though Captain Marvel and Shazam were once both Captain Marvel back in the day. But I won't get into that. I already had this fucking drawn out rant twice today about Captain Marvel and Captain Marvel from DC and Captain Marvel from actual Marvel. Anyway, um, it didn't get as much press, and I was like, why haven't I been hearing like what's going on with this movie? And I thought about, it, I was like, oh yeah, the fucking lead guy is white and straight. So they're not gonna give him as much coverage as they are for Captain Marvel because they want to seem pro women, so they can't support that movie openly, which which is weird, man. And it was actually a pretty good movie. I can't really say which one is better, but they both stand alone like really strong by themselves. They were both great films. It looked like they set up for a sequel too, which would be pretty cool if it happens. Hopefully, they could make that happen. I didn't know it was New Line Cinema that did that movie. That shit was like a blast from the past. Excuse me. But enough with the fucking virtue signaling is what I'm trying to say. Like, you guys make cheesy fucking commercials. Every commercial, it's an interracial couple. And now they're doing that thing where it's it's always an interracial couple and they'll show the dad being the one doing the laundry if it's for laundry washing machine or Tide Pod type brand thingy or whatever. Oh, washing detergent. Wow, I blinked on that. But yeah, it's just really weird. And I noticed like one thing that they do, they'll have like white dude with biracial chick or black dude with a white chick or two women or two dudes, but they never have white dude with a black chick, like a straight up black chick, which I find odd. I don't know what the reason behind that is, but that's what's going on in them streets of Hollywood, LA. But dude, enough with the fucking virtue signal. It's boring. We get it. The world is mean, and we want to build force fields, but we can't build force fields. We don't have the technology. Uh, Speaking of technology, I listened to a interesting discussion about I almost don't want to talk about this, but I'll do it anyways because it was an idea that I had, and I thought I would throw the question out there. I have it as not understanding trans/gay struggles. Not saying that I don't get why they are mistreated the way that they are when it does happen. It doesn't seem to happen as much as it did back in the past. Most people I know, man, they're cool with gay people and trans people, so it's not even a thing. But I know, like, it's taboo to say like, oh, being gay is a choice, blah blah blah. But somebody brought the point that I don't want to butcher it, and I can't remember who said it. If being gay was a birth thing, a birth thing. If you were born gay, then you're born gay. You can't end that. You can't become gay. And I had a question about that. So I know that they do a lot of gene editing stuff. I guess that's in China, maybe. Sounds about right. I was wondering. All right, so if being gay is like a disease or something like that, which is a really harsh way to put that shit, but I couldn't think of another word. Um, it kind of reminds me like being trans and gay. Kind of like today reminds me of like X-Men. There was like that storyline where they made a the X gene suppressor, like an X gene suppressor, the X gene XL. No, that's why I didn't name that. X gene is what makes X-Men X-Men or mutants mutants. Like it's what gives them their power. So people were like in a huge debate about whether or not they should let mutants get their powers taken away, or if they had the right to decide not to go through it. Or some people did because they have the kind of mutations that fucked up their face or some shit. But my long story short, my question is basically if being gay is something that you're born with, um, could I guess the military or the doctors or the government, whatever, could they in utero with like a newborn baby or a soon to be born baby at some point, could they alter that gene if they're born gay? So it's like the boy was destined to be gay, and so they took him to a hospital and had like the surgery done. Like that's that's weird. Like I guess what they were saying is, it leaves it not for a debate, uh, but at least like the whole gay argument to like a stalemate almost because if science it keeps advancing the way that it is, and they could like pick and choose what sells, they could potentially like whitewash a part timer. Part timer. What the fuck? Damn, that did not make any sense. I'm sorry. Shit, I kind of wandered off there. It's getting late, isn't it? But luckily, I took notes, so I know what the fuck I'm talking about, even though I just went off the rails for a second. That's how a professional podcaster does his shit. Anyway, getting back to the point that I have laid out in front of me, because I'm a fucking boss, bitch. I'm going to rephrase the question because I don't know what I just said, because I can't listen to it like right now. But anyway, if being gay is something that you're born with, or being trans is something that you're born with, being trapped inside the wrong body, like Freaky Friday styles, uh, like wouldn't they be able to take out the gay gene? So would it be better to say that being gay was a choice and be safe from like weird gene editing, or being proud and go, no, this is who we are. We were born like this. I'm genuinely asking um, if you have any insight on that. Like, let me know. Because it was an interesting point. Because I was like, damn, yeah, man, they can make like brown eyed babies blue eyed. Why wouldn't they try to pinpoint the gene that causes homosexuality? Which, for the record, I am totally for. Like, if you want to marry a dude, marry a chick, marry a man, and you're a man, marry a chick if you're a chick, that's totally fine with me. One thing it is kind of weird is dude, they're doing a lot with kids and trans stuff, man. Like you'll see like 10-year-olds in trans shows and shit. This is weird. Did I say trans shows? Damn, dude, I start rambling like a motherfucker when I'm tired. Like there was a movie, I think Doom Patrol was playing in my head the same time I was like like thinking about what I wanted to say. So again, don't know what I just said. Can't go back and listen to it right now. So I will just act like I just got to this point. Wouldn't they be able to take out that gene if you're born with it? Like putting something in, like making a baby's brown eyes blue while he's not even born yet. I feel like that would be a huge fucking thing that would happen. And just like in X-Men, some people wanted to take it. Some people are like, nah, fuck that shit. I'll be interested to hear anybody's opinion about that shit. Yeah, but yeah, it's just weird because you can't really talk about things like that without seeming like homophobic or transphobic. Um, dude, oh yeah, that's what I was talking about. Dude, the whole thing with kids, man. Like kids wanted to change their genders, and it's like I know it's an unpopular opinion, but that's just really weird to me, man. Like he's a kid. He doesn't even know what the fuck he's gonna want tomorrow. Why is he making such life and death decisions? I don't know. It's really weird. Really weird. Um, let me see. Yeah, yeah. It's just basically uh different like kind of a different topic, like trans and gay. Um Gay is more about sexuality and trans is more like I guess I don't know, like finding your gender. I don't know. It's so hard to tell nowadays, dude. There's so many like quote unquote religious groups, um, or anti-religious groups, like anti-gay groups. Man, yeah, those are the words, dude. They anti-gay people so fucking weird that they misplace their anger to other places. Um, Misplace, allocate their anger to other places. Better word, nice. Nailed it. Um, I think I'm gonna go ahead and say that I don't get trans people. Trans people. Um, like not in a bad way. I just don't understand, man. And I think like admitting that shouldn't automatically paint you as a piece of shit. Um, it is really weird that some things you can question and some things you can't question. And honestly, like a lot of that stuff, I don't get, man. I remember that there was like this drag event thing, or it might have even been trans, um, and trans, not trans. And it was like a little kid that was going around interviewing everybody. And in my mind, I was like, can we not admit that that's kind of weird? Like, what the fuck, man? The kid's like 8 or 9 and full drag makeup. Like, how is that a thing? Like, how would he even know? I don't know, man. It's just really weird. Um, it's weird that something so like thrown into everybody's faces is almost taboo to talk about. Because now everything is trans and gender. Dude, like the whole gender debate thing, I honestly do not get because up until what 2011, 2000, not 2011, like 2014 to 2016, gender and sex meant the same thing to me. And now they're trying to say that those are two different things. And I'm like, I thought they were synonyms. What the fuck? Like, I thought gender and sex meant the exact same thing. That is one I definitely do not get. And I don't know. Like, I'm just glad that I'm not in a position where I have to deal with that on a daily basis, because I don't know how people do it. Like, the whole pronoun thing, like, what you're supposed to say to people. I seen like pictures online with the emails that have like, this is Kathy Sullivan. If it's a college, like Kathy Sullivan, University of Texas at Austin. Pronouns he, she, if, and they. Like, it has their pronouns in their professional, in a professional profile. I don't know. Strange times. Strange times indeed. Was there another point about that? Oh, yeah. One of the biggest things about these things, the people with the outrage and who are getting offended, they're not even part of this group, dude. Like, what the fuck? It's always some middle age to early middle age white chick that's championing these causes. And whenever they do it, of course, that's when it gets televised. But I figured out another thing from the same Tinfoil Hat podcast. If you look at market research, all the buying power are Caucasian women or white chicks, as they are scientifically and politically called. Since they're like the driving force in commerce, everything is going to be geared towards them. So that's why you see like black guy and white chick in a commercial. That's why you see less creepy theaters and all that type of shit. Like, everything kind of went on the or kind of changed for the better once that started happening. Damn, I lost myself again. Yeah, it's just really weird. A lot of things seem to pander towards certain groups. Oh yeah, that's what I was talking about. A lot of things seem to pander to groups, but the people who are actually in those groups, it doesn't seem like they're pushing for shit like that. Like, unless they're confronted or fucked with, like, most gay people just want to be gay, most trans people just want to be trans and left the fuck alone. So, like, let's not make a big deal about the shit and just leave them the fuck alone. It just goes back to what I was saying. Like, be a fucking human, man. Like, they're more than just gays and transes and shit. You just gotta chill, man. Like, it's like, hey, look, I'm helping this person. Like, this person needs my help and I'm helping them. Like, no, you're not. Ah, damn, I just made a loud noise. I'm sorry, guys. But no, you're not. You're just, again, virtue signaling. That seems to be a lot of what's going on with a lot of things, man. People don't want to be called out for being different. It's just like being bullied in high school, which the same person, I don't know if they're the left or the right. Can I tell you something? I don't know what the fuck the left or the right means. Like, I know my left from my right, but politically, what the fuck does that mean? Like, there's Republicans and Democrats. There's liberals and conservatives. What the fuck is lefts and rights? Like, that's another thing, dude. You guys need to chill out. All these damn, I don't know where I was going with that. Damn. Another loud noise. Sorry, guys. I'm going off the rails again. Oh, shit. So what I'm going to do is what I mentioned before in the podcast. I'm going to try to have a weekly rant. So the next, I haven't done it yet. I'll actually record it tomorrow when I have some time to think about what really grinds my gears, what really pisses me off, what gets me going.
what the fuck makes me piss the fuck off? All this and more in the next segment.
And now, a rant.
Okay, guys, I wanted to talk to you about fucking traffic shit, man. Dude, all right. So, as you guys may or may not know, I'm a delivery driver. Won't say one company until I quit. But I'm on the road a lot. More than most people. It's not even like work related shit, but just me being on the fucking road, it's the one time that I can either go from being very happy to very pissed off because I fucking love driving. I just hate when people are on the road with me because people are fucking stupid. People are dumb as shit, man. Whenever they get behind the wheel, you take the smartest person and put them behind the wheel of a car, and all of a sudden, all common sense fucking disappears. And nothing is more of an example of that than driving in the express lane in Austin. Because we just got a new fucking express lane on fucking Mopac, which is Loop 1 for people who visit Austin because they don't know to call it Mopac. That's what we're talking about when we say Mopac. But anyway, we just had a fucking express lane installed maybe 3 years ago. It took forever for it to finish up, and it took maybe 3 months for like pieces of it to start missing because people are fucking stupid and they drive over barriers, which is fucking retarded. Like, who the fuck drives over a barrier? Like, there are these little plastic sticks that kind of, that work as like the reflectors. But since it's a 65-mile-an-hour highway, they don't have like a wall up there because you're not going that fast. So they just have like little plastic barriers. And people drive over that shit. And I fucking see people do that shit. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, if you accidentally get on, then you're fucked. You're fucked. Don't fucking get on something. Like, that's why you should always have a fucking plan. I hate the fucking neglect to plan that most people have whenever they get in the fucking car. The car is like a ton. It's a 2-ton fucking death machine. Know where the fuck you need to go and plan ahead before you just start driving. Like, that's not fucking hard to do. And damn sure, don't get in a fucking lane that you can't get out of until like an exit or 2 or 5. It's the fucking express lane takes up most of Austin, from South Austin to North Austin, going into fucking Round Rock. I know if you don't live here, you don't get what I'm saying. But from one small town, and then it hits the entirety of Austin, and then it ends at another small town on the other side, on the north side of Austin. So you only have 2 opportunities to get on and off that shit. So if you miss it, you're fucked. If you miss it, don't drive into the fucking barrier. If you get on by accident, don't drive out of the fucking barrier because your car can't fit there unless you stop. And I hope to God you don't fucking stop while you're in the fucking express lane because people drive too fast in the fucking express lane to begin with, which is fucking frustrating. Which brings me to my next thing. When I get in the fucking express lane, I fucking go the speed limit and I set cruise control because my leg gets tired because I drive a lot. So if I set cruise control, that means I'm gonna go a set speed. If it's 65, I'll set it to 69 just to have a little cushion of speed because A, that's what you fucking do in the express lane, and B, there's fucking cops that pull you over in the express lane. Cops don't give a shit if you are on the other side of that barrier or not. If they feel like they want to pull you over, they will fucking get in that bitch and pull you the fuck over. We have motorcycle cops and we have fucking patrol cars that are looking to pull motherfuckers over because in Austin, there's fucking collisions all the time because people can't fucking drive. And I'm sick of it. It's fucking stupid. Even just now thinking about it, it pisses me off. It pisses me off the lack of care that people have whenever you're in cruise control. Like, dude, if you're behind a car in the express lane, or if it's a fucking highway and you notice, this guy's going kind of slow. He's not really going slow. I'm going the fucking speed limit. In fact, I'm going over the speed limit. I could get pulled over for that shit. And I'm black as fuck. So that's automatically a death sentence. I'm just joking, but maybe. Like, yesterday, I was fucking driving the express lane. I hit that shit at 69, set it, forget it. I don't have to accelerate. I don't have to brake. We're going in a straight line. There's no
traffic going in and out of my lane. So that's when you fucking relax. All you have to do is keep the fucking car going straight. But motherfuckers behind me are driving really fucking fast, like to the point where they almost hit me because they want to go like 85. I'm like, bro, it's 65. You can't go 85, especially not in the fucking express lane, because cops are specifically watching that fucking lane for that same exact reason. So I had a fucking woman behind me. She was driving, she was going a little bit too fast. She was on her fucking phone. And I look up because I always have to check my fucking rearview mirror because I feel like I'm gonna get rear-ended. So I look up and this dumb bitch is on her fucking phone, phone in one hand. I think I talked about this before. Phone in one hand, fucking fidget spinner in the other one. And she's going 85 miles an hour. How do I know that? Because I'm going fucking 70 miles an hour and she's coming up on me pretty fucking fast. And I look and I'm like, what the fuck is she doing? And she finally noticed me. She stopped, like, just short of tapping my bumper. And she gets on the phone, and I see her recording. And I know she's recording because she has her phone up in one hand, and she's flipping me off in the other hand. So I'm like, oh, this stupid bitch is fucking, like, trying to, like, force me to move faster. And I'm like, dude, I'm in cruise control. Put your car in cruise control and just chill. Like, the lane is there for you to go around traffic if you're not going into the city. And we're not going into the city. We're going faster than the rest of traffic. So, is that enough? Can't that just be a fucking enough? Like, goddamn. It was just fucking annoying. Like, I was laughing, but it's weird because I go from laughing to pissed off really mad. Because she took the whole entire express lane. Because I went from one end to the other end, and I guess she was doing the same thing. So the whole time she's like speeding up to me, like she's gonna hit me, like she's gonna fucking rear end me. And I'm thinking to myself, bitch, you're not gonna fucking rear end me. Because one, you're not stupid. And two, I got a fucking dash cam on my car. So you can go ahead and do that shit, but they're gonna see that you just fucking rammed into me. It was just fucking stupid. It was fucking stupid, man. No one gives a fuck. I don't know, like, what she had going on. No one gives a fuck about you being fucking late, all right? So don't take that shit on anybody else. If you notice somebody's driving the speed limit, leave them the fuck alone, all right? That's all you gotta do. All you gotta do is fucking drive. You don't have to be a fucking cunt and threaten to rear end somebody because you're not gonna fucking do it. Like, I was thinking to myself, oh my God, if she would have fucking rear-ended me, I would have sued the shit out of that bitch. My fucking back would have been broken. My fucking neck would have been hurting. My fucking cuticles would have been bent. Like, oh my God. I'm just waiting for somebody to fucking hit me. Dude, I was T-boned before by a motherfucker on his phone. He blew through a goddamn blew through a fucking intersection and T-boned the fuck out of my car, and he lied. And that set me back a lot. Like, my car was totaled. I was a Lyft driver at the time, so I was out of work for a month. Come to find out, this motherfucker was also a Lyft driver. And it took him 3 months to realize, oh shit, like, I don't have a case. I'm gonna fucking tell the truth. 3 months for this fucking scumbag to tell the truth. And I wasn't working. So I follow traffic laws, man. Like, I drive for a living. If I get into an accident or if I get a ticket, if I get pulled over, that's my job. Like, I get 2 of those a year, I think. And that's my job. So whenever you see my car, like, yeah, I drive a fucking fast car, but motherfucker, I'm going the goddamn speed limit. But the fucking express lane, dog, like, the shit pisses me off every time. Every fucking time. I'm like, what the fuck do you want me to do? You want me to fucking speed because you want to go somewhere faster? You're already going faster than everybody else. Like, what the fuck? How fast do you need to fucking go? Slow the fuck down. Slow the fuck down. Slow the fuck down. Okay? Shit. Just slow the fuck down. Just chill. Like, you're gonna get there on time. Like, if it's a Sunday, what the fuck are you in a rush for? Nobody works on Sunday. If I don't work, nobody works. I work 6 days a week. Sunday's my day off. Sunday, I just want to chill and go for a nice drive. If you're fucking driving to somewhere, then just chill the fuck out. Don't worry about the destination. The fucking trip is part of the fucking adventure. Have a fucking adventure on a fucking Sunday afternoon. Sunday is a day of rest. Then just rest. Goddamn. Why the fuck is everybody in a rush for? Like shit. But anyway. Whew. My car's all foggy. And my voice is about to disappear. So, this is my first rant. I hope you guys liked it. Now back to the rest of the show.
Bye. Okay, and welcome back, guys. I haven't even actually recorded the rant yet, so I don't know how that went. I know that it's gonna be good, I guess. But that's me tooting my own horn and having some wishful thinking. Anyway, I'm gonna finish with this. My last point. I did have another story, but I noticed that shit last night. It's now Monday, by the way, April 15th. Podcast magic. I travel into the future. Anyway, I noticed last night, dude, I actually fucking rambled for a long ass time last night. So I'm actually going to cut a couple of things I wanted to talk about, probably save it for next week. But I will finish on this because I feel like it's a good thing to go into the week with. Bro, be a fucking villain. And what I mean by that is don't give a fuck about shit when it comes to succeeding. Like, no matter the level of success that you're trying to achieve, be a fucking villain about that shit. You walk in the fucking room, you own that motherfucker. When you're talking to your peers, have confidence. When you're talking to like that girl you like, have fucking confidence. Be a fucking villain. What that means is in your mind, whatever inner voice that you have, make that shit sound dope and mean as shit. Make that shit sound arrogant as fuck and have that energy whenever you interact with the world. And I don't mean be an asshole. I mean be assertive. Don't be passive. Don't be passive aggressive. Be fucking assertive. That's a good trait to have. And I don't know if you guys hear that fuzziness. I'm going to guess that you do. And it's really fucking up my point right now. But you know what? I'm going to push through that shit. Or I'm just going to pause. And through the magic of podcasting, I'm back. All right, guys. Final point. I want to leave you with this mindset for the week, which, by the way, it's now Monday because magic and pausing and starting and recording. Anyway, be a fucking villain. What do I mean by be a fucking villain? Whenever you walk in a room, if you walk in that room like yourself, nah, scrap that shit. You walk in the fucking room like Darth motherfucking Vader with a goddamn fucking cape. I wish capes were cool because that's how I fucking walk whenever I'm walking. I wish I had a goddamn cape. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. I wish I had a fucking cape. But be a fucking villain. Villains don't give a fuck. Villains live on their own terms. Villains are fucking cool as shit. That's why everybody loves the bad guy in every fucking movie that has a bad guy. Because villains are confident as fuck. That's who I hear in my head whenever I'm fucking walking around in regular life. That's why I have the strength to walk up to people that I normally wouldn't walk up and talk to. That's why I have the strength I keep saying strength like I'm a fucking motivational speaker, but that's why I have the fucking nuts to walk up. Nope, that makes me sound like a tough guy. That's why I'm cool with just interacting in today's society because I have the mindset of a fucking villain. Villains don't care about stepping on toes to get what they need in life. Villains are calculated. Villains plan their next moves. Villains execute their next moves. I mean, if it wasn't for the writing in most stories, villains would always win. But mainly, what I wanted to tell you guys about being a villain, we should bring back capes, honestly. But be fucking confident and be a fucking villain. All right, that's the last point that I have for this week. I'm about to go and do some editing and do the fucking rant. Hopefully it goes well. Hopefully I don't lose my voice. I feel like you guys will get a kick out of it because most of you don't know, whenever I yell, despite my size, I get a very high voice. And even though it's a pre-thought out rant, I will get legitimately upset because I'm crazy. And like most people can make themselves cry on cue, I can make myself pissed off at the drop of a fucking hat because I have a lot of fucking anger built up inside of me, my minions. I'm not in a good place. I'm sad. I'm joking. All right, I'm back. Whew. All right, happy face. Happy face. All right, guys, it's been awesome. I fucking love doing this show. Can't wait to talk to you guys next week about the shit that happened this week. But be sure to check me out on Instagram. It's V Johnson second, and that's second with a 2 ND as in Nancy Drew. And Instagram, for now, that's all I have. It's just V Johnson second. I might do a Twitter if I get more people or people request it. But email me with any comments, tips, anything, honestly, at mmvjpod@gmail.com. Again, that's mmvjpod@gmail.com. All the YouTube stuff is up finally. As I mentioned before, it's just Mastermind with Victor J. All the episodes are available there. You can see the artwork that I make for each episode on there. As far as I know, if you look at iTunes and YouTube, those are the only two places for now that have the artwork available that I make for each episode, as well as the posts whenever I announce the new episode on Instagram. But until then, have a great fucking week. Be fucking villains. You guys are my goddamn minions. I fucking love you guys. Can't wait to talk to you again. Have a good one.